Welcome to Who Taught You, a platform where we discuss a plethora of things. Today, we're discussing who taught you about body image. What I want you to do first is go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the buttons below. So, I first want to talk about, all these entertainers out here. Allegedly, Beyonce had a nose job and a boob job. Also, Cardi had some work done, and the Kardashians. This is all allegedly. The Weeknd even did a video about all this fake plastic surgery that we're doing out here. And I was scrolling Candy Burrs, you know her from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has some videos on YouTube about body work, and I was very interested in that because I'm not really for body work, only because I'm too scared to lay on nobody's table, hunty. Okay? So, I'm not really for body work, but I do not say, like, if somebody has it, listen, do what you want to do for yourself. Big yourself up, honey. Do whatever you want to do. That's going to make you feel better. But for me personally, that's not my choice. Okay. So, who taught me about body image? When I was 9 years old, I migrated from Jamaica, West Indies to Brooklyn, New York. So when I was in the West Indies, I was skinny like a stick. You probably say, well, you ain't skinny now? Yes, a girl eats, for real, okay? So I was skinny like this, and people would call me Longy Lala, Skinny Minnie, and all type of names. And it made me feel like, oh, I want to gain a lot of weight. I want to be a thick girl. Because to me, what I saw is that people like people who were thick. And I realized some of the African countries like that too. So I was so skinny, and I just felt like, oh, man, I wish I could gain some weight, right? So people would tell my mother that maybe she has tapeworm, but they were not qualified to make those assumptions, okay? They didn't know anything that they were talking about. Based upon my family, majority of people in my family are thin. There are not a lot of thick people in our family. However, there is a side that do have thicker people, but majority of my family, they're thin, they're slim, and trim. Okay? One of the other things I never really worried about under the age of 9 and up was my skin color. Because, the Caribbean is very mixed. We're like a melting pot, they say. Jamaica's motto is out of many, one people. So I knew I was brown skin, but I never knew I was black, like a black person per se. But maybe I was too young, right? And they didn't harp on those things in Jamaica. So when we moved to New York, this is where I learned more about other body images, like the color of your skin. I remember having a girlfriend in middle school. She was so pretty. Her name was Melody. Well, that's what I thought anyway. She was Puerto Rican, long wavy hair, light skin. And to me, all the boys were attracted to her. She had a great personality as well. So I just always saw, oh, boys like light-skinned girls. And I think, did it give me a complex? I wanted to be light-skinned. I did. I did. So then I noticed that if you were skinny in America, like you were okay. That was more accepted versus if you were thicker. So I never had the same problems I had growing up in the West Indies as being skinny. Being skinny was so welcoming here. And one thing I also noticed was if you had long hair, that was more acceptable than short hair. And I've always had long hair. Only like when I've cut it off. I've cut it off like I was a boy multiple times because hair doesn't mean anything to me. But, and as you see, I have gray hair, so you could tell hair don't mean that much to me, hunty. And I changed from dyeing my hair, which is something that's more acceptable. Dyeing your hair, women go to the hairdressers, they want to dye them grays, and it's so hard to dye. And I stopped dyeing my hair when my younger cousin, she had a problem with dye where she was allergic to it after a certain time. And then I noticed, because my hair grows so fast, I was dyeing my hair almost every 2 weeks, and that was a bit much. So I stopped and I accepted that I had gray hair. Okay. So my girlfriend and I, we were talking about Caribbean people being so direct. And I can only talk about Jamaican people because I am Jamaican, right? So you always see like a little video. You might see it on TikTok, on Instagram, and they'll have the person going into the Jamaican restaurant. They'll be like, Jamaicans be so rude. We don't be rude. We're direct. That's it. Okay? We take after the British. We were once owned by the British. So was America. But the British don't have a problem expressing themselves. Jamaicans are proud, hardworking. You always hear, oh, they have 10 jobs, 3 jobs. That's us. And we're welcoming people. But we don't have a problem expressing ourselves. Especially when our parents or our family members want to tell us that we fat. They don't give a damn. They be like, they'll put it in a compliment and a diss at the same time. Girl, you're pretty, but you're fat. You know? Oh, girl, you have long hair, but you're fat. You know, they'll tell you all type of things. So she was telling me how her dad, she lost a few pounds, and her dad was like, well, you're still fat in your neck. I tell you, Caribbean people. And my mother, I was expressing to her that my mom, she is a phenomenal woman, but she does have the Jamaican ways, honey. And she told me, girl, you're fat. And hearing it about once or twice is okay, I think, for some people. Some people are not that strong. Some people, it will spiral them into having eating habits, bad eating habits, or eating disorders. So, you know, I'm kind of used to it. She told me, you're fat. And my mother kept saying it, and kept saying it, and kept saying it. But one thing I love about my mother is that if I tell her something, she will listen. And then she will go ahead and kind of adhere and be a little understanding to what I'm saying. So my mother is very partial for plastic surgery. As I said, not me so much. And she's told me, oh, you need to get a breast lift. I told her I put 2 sticks under them. I ain't getting no breast lift, okay? She'll be like, the other day she came to visit me, she was like, your arms are flabby. Now I was thinking I was cute and everything, and then my mama telling me your arms are flabby and giving me a complex now about my arms. And I thought I was looking good, right? Because my husband, he don't mind a little fat on you. He'd be like, you look perfect, honey. And so I started to have feelings about this. And the last straw was, she sent me a text and she said she wanted me to look like Diana Ross's daughter, Tracy Ross. And I ignored the text. And then she brought it up to me. And so when she brought it up to me, I said, I can never look like her. I don't have her genes. And I said, Mom, these are your issues with yourself and that you're projecting on me. I don't have a desire. I am losing weight on my own, and I am okay with myself. And I said, please do not say this again to me. And she was accepting, she received it, and she was able to, she hasn't brought it back up to me. So that was good. We have a good dynamics as far as mom and child. Like if I do something wrong and she tells me, I can quickly correct and it won't happen again. So one of the things that my girlfriend and I was talking about was our friends and family having plastic surgery. Now I've had some friends and I've had some family have plastic surgery. And what I thought, I was so naive, and this is why I watched Candy's YouTube video, but I realized from Cynthia of The Real Housewives, I didn't realize like she had a boob job. Quite a few of these ladies have. And I didn't know that they replaced them after a couple of years. I thought it was like one and done. And I didn't know that if you had a tummy tuck, a lipo, a gastric, well, not a gastric or whatever, but I didn't know that when you have plastic surgery on your stomach that you have to work hard to retain it. I thought it was like one and done. So that's me being naive because that's not my world. That's not my arena. So Candy was able to express and tell us like certain procedures and what happens. I'm more of the exercise and I'll get it down, but I'm not the plastic surgery doing laser, getting my fat sucked out. I'm just not that person. I give big ups to everybody who is. Go ahead and do your thing. My thought process, and it took me years to get to this, was that I am made in God's image. I am perfect. So why mess with perfection? But this took me years. I'm like in my late 40s. So it took me getting into my 40s. And I looked at the statistics before I did this video. It said 75% of people who had like some type of plastic surgery on their stomach area, within 5 years, they revert back. They gain the weight back. They may not gain all of it, but they do. And they said within 2 to 3 years, only 5% gained the weight back. So that's to tell you, and I've seen it myself. I've seen people who had the mommy makeover, and that's usually what happens with the stomach area. Because when you turn 40, everything goes. I didn't even know this, honey. Your eyes go, you know what I'm saying? Everything goes, right? Everything goes. And you have to work hard to maintain it. So, for me, you know, I've had even friends recently tell me they're going to have, you know, plastic surgery on the lower area. And I'm just like, you know, I would never say that, oh, 75% of this study says this. I just say, big up, do your thing, boo. You know, but I realize that all these things doesn't matter. It really does not matter. And let me tell you why. I was reading an article one day about addiction. Addiction has nothing to do with this, but I was reading an article, and they were saying that people who are addicted, you don't treat the addiction, you treat the mind. Like what brought them to the addiction. And I think it's the same way for our bodies, making it perfect, getting a nose job, getting lips done, getting whatever. You have to fix the way you think of in your mind. Like if I'm going to get my stomach done, okay, I have to fix my mind and get my mind ready that it's not really about getting my stomach done, but okay, how I think about eating, what's going on with me there. Get that corrected first. Because if not, this, I'll be paying for it time and time again. This is just how it is. Now, one other thing that I realized too is that I hear that in Africa and in some other countries, they use a lot of bleaching creams. Like they may bleach themselves so that they may look lighter, right? So I remember Spice, the reggae artist, she did something like that where she made herself look almost white, and it was just for, it was an experiment, right? And everybody was like shocked. You know, like, why would she do that? But I realized that in America, like some people probably would look down on other people and say, like in these countries, like, oh, Caribbean, in Africa, oh, y'all using bleaching cream, bleach yourself. But we do the same thing here. Like when I was younger, I had bad acne scars. I would have acne on my cheeks, some here and there, you know, hormones. And I had it in my adulthood as well. And I would go to the dermatologist and get Retin-A or whatever else to bleach my skin. So we're doing the same thing here. And that's to tell you that we're not comfortable in our own skins, right? We want our skin to be perfect, but we're already perfect, right? We're already perfect. So I just think that body image is such a big thing. And you know, I was even looking at Victoria's Secrets. They sent me a catalog during the summertime, I think. And the catalog had some different body images, some thicker girls in there. And I emailed them and said, I love it. Because you can't put put out there that everybody's skinny and everybody's perfect or anybody's this. God, you know, when I look in the mirror, there's certain things that I want to change, but I said, God couldn't give me everything, honey. God couldn't give me everything. If he did, and I was walking this earth, ooh, I'd be shocking everybody if he gave me everything. So you have to be thankful for what you have. And then some people will go out there and you'll do all these stuff to your face, stuff to your body, and sometimes, guess what? It's a botched job that somebody else has to fix. So be comfortable in your skin. Be comfortable in who you are and start loving who you are. And sometimes you may not love who you are, and sometimes you may need to seek help to help with that, so you can continue to love yourself, because you are perfect in every way. And even if you go get some work done, you're still perfect in every way, girl and boy. And don't think that men don't get these plastic surgeries. They do. They do. You just don't know about it. But once again, we're perfect in every way. And just always think about that. And if you were trying to get some surgery, or you went to go get some type of work done and you got rejected for it, sometimes rejection is protection. Rejection sometimes is protection. Okay? So don't get discouraged by that. Just work hard. Work hard. All right. So I want again to tell you to go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the buttons below. All right. And I hope to see you again. And if you have anything that you would like for me to discuss about who taught you, go ahead and drop it below in the comments. Now I gotta go. Bye.